Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ifoma Amikwu-Clay. I am doing this video as a part of a computer security course at Metro State University, ICS 382, for my instructor, Dr. Faisal Kalim. Before I get started, I would like to put out a disclaimer that this video is solely and purely for educational purposes. And as a result, I or the school will not be held liable for any damages that could be caused using this presentation. The title of this video is Cyber Warfare, Can It Be Won? During the presentation, we will be looking at what is cyber warfare, its impact on business organizations, its impact on a country. We will also be looking at US and Russia as a case study. Lastly, we're going to be looking at what we can do if we have to win cyber warfare. Let's go ahead and get started. Cyber warfare is the use of computer technology to attack information systems and disrupt activities of a country or an organization. These attacks are targeted at disabling websites and networks, altering classified data, crippling financial systems. It also is targeted at stealing a country's trade secrets. Most importantly, these attacks compromises a country's intelligence and counterintelligence initiatives. What is the impact on business organizations? To discuss that, we're going to be looking at cost of protection and loss of revenue. For cost of protection, companies around the world are investing billions of dollars in hundreds of network security products to protect themselves from cyber criminals. These costs are around identifying risks and building new and safer operating procedures. In terms of loss of revenue, as can be seen in high-profile data breach in recent years, such as Target data breach in 2013, Home Depot and JP Morgan data breach in 2014, OPM data breach in 2015, and Yahoo data breach in 2016. These data breaches are around point-of-sale systems being compromised and customer data being stolen. Because of this data breach, these companies lost tens and thousands and millions of dollars in revenue. They have suffered untold setback due to this data breach that stemmed from cyber attacks. Another recent example is North Korea conducting a cyber attacks against Sony Pictures Entertainment. These attacks rendered thousands of Sony's computers ineffective, breaching their confidential data. North Korea also followed their cyber attacks with coercion, intimidation, and threat of terrorism. What is the impact on a country? First, we would like to look at exposure of nuclear warheads, heavy investment to combat cyber warfare, cybersecurity as an integral part of a military strategy. A country's nuclear warhead can be exposed and taken over. As of date, 9 nations in the world possess a total of 14,900 nuclear weapons, with US and Russia accounting for 93% of these. To that end, if US and/or Russia's nuclear arsenal becomes exposed and it's taken over, the consequences will be very damaging, not just for the US or Russia, but for the whole world. And so, without a doubt, cyber warfare on a country is much more severe with far-reaching consequences. The country's complete infrastructure is compromised. The political infrastructure, social infrastructure, and economic infrastructure is compromised. And as a result of this, countries like Russia, China, North Korea, Pakistan, and the US are investing heavily in cybersecurity, making it an integral part of their military strategy. They continue to invest significant amounts of money in developing not just the defenses against cyber attacks, but also developing the ability to mount damaging cyber warfare offensives if needed. Next, we're going to be looking at US and Russia as a case study. Points to note are Russia's tactics is more sophisticated via the use of social media bots, and failure was inevitable for the US. The recent hacking of the US presidential election by Russia shows that the tactics is now more sophisticated. Russia, through the use of numerous channels, deployed social media bots to infiltrate and spread fake news to the US populace. These stories created fear and confusion amongst the electorate. Furthermore, these social media bots, through the use of social media accounts owned by both real people and bots, created disinformation that was fed to the electorate. This, therefore, created the wide margin by which the election was won. Unfortunately, failure was inevitable for the opposing party. What is the bottom line, one might ask? Is there an end in sight? There is no end in sight, as attacks are becoming more constant and getting stronger by the day. Superpowers like Russia, North Korea, Pakistan, China, and even the US will keep attacking each other in order to gain the upper hand on the world stage. Cyber attacks has become a political weapon and it is on the rise. We will continue to live daily with the assumption of a cyber attack. Vulnerable data systems present an enticing opportunity for cyber criminals. As a result, there is increase of cyber attacks as a political weapon. And so what can we do? What conclusion can we draw from these? Cyber attack is very important. Everyone will be impacted. It is a shared responsibility to combat cybercrime. Military and civilians, citizens alike must take steps to mitigate risks. They must adapt methods of defending the damaging effects of cyber warfare on the nation's digital infrastructure. Governments, companies, and organizations must take time to identify and prioritize systems and data that are most likely to be attacked. They must access and look at associated risks to these attacks. The US must continue to monitor government networks and build resilience. Resilience in the sense that they have to have appropriate frameworks to sustain and minimize any damage to the military strategy. The US must continue to analyze government networks and automatically build a model that will continuously monitor systems infrastructure. They must accelerate response to security breaches. The US must provide actionable intelligent items for immediate response by identifying exposed assets and prioritizing actions. They must continue to build strong alliances and coalition to combat cyber crimes. Lastly, economic sanctions must be levied against perpetrators of cyber warfare. I hope you have enjoyed listening to this video. Thank you.